Welcome to Tonya Gipson Enterprises, and I am Dr. Tonya Meriwether Gipson Miller, and I am so elated and excited again to have with me Iffy. We are just excited about women's empowerment. This is part two where we're talking about purpose. So at this time, Iffy, why don't you come in and just say a few things about yourself, and I'll come back in and then we'll talk together.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here again. And this is part two of the Women Empowerment. My name is Ifi Ubamadu. I'm an actress and content creator. I based in Nigeria. Nigeria is in West Africa, in the African continent. And apart from acting, film acting, I do a lot of things for women empowerment, for the girl child, and for teenage girls. And I work with NGOs. I also handle projects myself. And on social media, most of my posts is focused at encouraging self-confidence, encouraging women, um, encouraging people to have the greatness mindset, to think of themselves in a more purposeful way. So that's what I do. And women empowerment is really, really broad, and it's something we should all be involved in and talking about in this day and time, especially in Africa. Yes, it could be a bit advanced in America, it could be a bit advanced in Europe or some other
Mhm.
continents, but in Nigeria, in West Africa, we still have a lot of things to do as regards to girl child, education of the girl child, women empowerment, and even if you want to work from home or in quotes the housewife, there are still ways you could be empowered.
All right. Thank you. I'm looking forward to our discussion on today's show.
Yeah.
For those that are tuning in, we thank you for tuning in once again for part two. My guest, Iffy. Oh, my goodness. Way there from Nigeria, sharing with us about women empowerment. I just want to share some things with you. Women's empowerment is a part of encouraging women to feel strong by telling them that they can do it, that you're capable of doing it. You possess inside of you what's necessary. Is encouraging women, letting them know they can work from in home, outside the home. Just
Yeah.
because you're labeled a housewife, that doesn't mean that limits you. Because I can tell you from experience, being a housewife, you learn how to be a manager, you learn how to be an administrative person, you learn how to
Yeah.
be a financial person. So there's a lot of aspects and things that's required just in being a housewife. And then when you
Yeah.
get into business, like what we're doing, when we're doing things to empower women, but also to be that example for those that come behind us. My three daughters, I'm always, saying, okay, I'm out here, mom's out here trying to make this happen. My
Mhm.
son, I want to be an example for them that says, okay, it doesn't matter how small the beginning, you
Yeah.
can achieve. You're capable of achieving. I mean, look at you. You're beautiful. You're an actress. I'm just in awe. My goodness, you look amazing on today.
Thank you.
Encouraging women. Some women are not confident. That's what the issue is, and they lack that, and then they are not surrounded by very positive people or
Yeah.
positive things in their lives that encourage them or tell
Mhm.
them that they can get it done. And so a
Yeah.
lot of times they fall into depression,
That's true.
or
Yeah.
they won't speak about things that they desire to do because the environment that they're in limits them. I have learned that mindset is so very important. It's so very important. Our friend Alfredo Zapata, coach, uh,
Yeah.
from the from the inside out, and he's been talking on some things on the show on the network, but also reminding me that a lot of things is you have to heal inside so that it
That's
will
true.
be visible outside. And
Yes.
so when you're in circumstances where it doesn't seem possible, and you're looking at us come on and say, hey, you can do this and you can do that, you're thinking to yourself, I'm not capable of doing that, because you don't know what's surrounding them in. You don't know what people are saying. You don't understand the limited resources around me. And
Yeah.
so women empowerment is so important that we show in little ways, all the way up to big ways, that all things are possible. What are your feelings in reference to that?
Yes, starting from what you said about the mindset and at times women getting into depression or trying to push their dreams away. I will just give an experience.
Mm-hmm.
After having my baby,
Mm-hmm.
it you know what they call the postpartum depression. It
Mm-hmm.
was almost getting to me, and I felt like, would I still be needed as an actress? Would I still,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, would I still get called and things like that to act? And such thoughts would come. But
Mm-hmm.
I listened to empowering podcasts that
Mm-hmm.
helped me, and I channeled those energy into putting up social media posts to help other people to discover more about themselves. Yeah.
Oh, that's very positive. And you and I are both, kind of.
Yeah. So
I can't hear you. Go ahead. Yes, I think you and I both are kind of like
yeah, I can hear
operating
you
in
now.
that same, okay, in that same vein. Whereas a lot of times when we experience things, especially as women, I can remember having my children, and you always feel after you have your children, you have to make them the priority. And so somewhere along the line, sometimes you'll lose yourself. Or you'll feel like the things that I was capable of
Mhm.
doing before I had children, I'm now not capable to do that same thing or excel at that. And then our body changes, all kind of things go on with us as women. And a lot of times, you know, we can feel like no one understands that. So what I've tried to do for me, speaking for self, I do a lot of self affirmation where I tell myself I'm capable, that I can do it. I can get it done. I was
Yeah.
created to do this. I was purposed to do that, meaning that I'm intentional with the things
Yeah.
that I'm doing because I'm walking in my purpose and what my life
Mhm.
is supposed to be. And I think a lot of it to help women feel empowered and able to do what it is that they need to do. We need to help them to understand that you have to determine, okay, what is my purpose? What am I interested in? What am I committed
Yeah.
to do? And then take intentional actions to make those
Yeah.
things happen for yourself. What are your
Yeah.
feelings in reference to that?
Yes, just like a build up on that, affirmations. I started doing a
Mhm.
lot of social media posts on affirmations, and it has really helped a lot of people to think greater things, to say the right things to themselves when they wake up in the morning, whether from fitness affirmations to business affirmations to
Mhm.
relationship affirmations between they and their partners, they and their husbands or the wives, to mindset affirmations, abundance affirmations, and the feedback I've been getting have been really, really great. And it's so important, just like from the inside out, whatever it is you're
Yes.
trying to do, you need to love yourself first before you can show love to other people. I need to love myself first before I can say I want to help other women or empower other people or empower younger people. I need to love myself first. I need to be able to love my immediate family and then extend
Mhm.
the love. So it's so important that we have the right mindset, we say the
Mhm.
right things to ourselves, and the right thoughts, because we spend more time with our thoughts than with any other
Mhm.
person, especially as women, when we have to do things in the house, at home.
Mhm.
At times, it's just us and our minds, our thoughts. So,
Yes.
what are we saying to ourselves at that time? It's so important, and it helps in it directs the way whether we go into depression, we're
Mhm.
happy most of the time, and the kind of results
Mhm.
we have. Yeah, it's so
Yes.
important. It's important we
Yes.
think the right things all the time.
and
Yeah.
and some of the things that I had to learn to do was it to take my eyes off of what was around me, no matter what the circumstance was, and to say that this may
Yeah.
be the right now, but this isn't what it will always be. And so in doing that, what I began to do, I made a vision board because you're being purposeful, you're being intentional. And I did short-term goals, I did mid-range goals, and long-term goals. And that has
Mhm.
helped me to be able to stay on the path for success. And then I found out as I was going along and I was helping myself by encouraging myself, I began to say, well, let me share some of this, encouragement with other women. I had the
Yeah.
opportunity when I was there in DC to teach a women's class at a rehabilitation center. And I tell you, it brought so much self-worth to me that I was able to share employment readiness, things that
Yeah.
you can do to, we just talked about so many things, self-esteem. We talked about our perception of ourselves and how that can hold us back, and the different techniques and strategies that we could use that will tear down some of those barriers and some of those walls. I feel so encouraged by the fact that you're not only saying, hey, I'm going to help the women right now, but you're going back and you're saying, hey, let's start it as a youth. Because can you realize that as I was thinking about what we're talking about, if I was able to tell my younger self at 19 and 20 the things that I was capable of doing at my age now, how much further ahead I would be. That's just a mind-blowing wow kind of moment to think that. And so it's wonderful that you're doing that with them in the things that you offer to the young ladies. Do you do a lot of planning or talk to them about planning and staying on a path and selecting, a career?
Yes, I do. I talk to them about having more purposefulness, not just saying they want to have a career because of it to get them more money or it to
Mm-hmm.
get them more fame. I try to tell them, what's the purpose? Why are you going? Why do you want to be maybe a medical doctor, an
Mm-hmm.
accountant? Why do you want to be a pilot? What
Mm-hmm.
do you plan to do? How do you plan to people doing that? And
Wow.
I also help them at times in the classes. We have things like visualization sessions
Okay.
where it could help them even with their grades, the kind of grades. And
Mm-hmm.
really, the feedback I've gotten is amazing. Um, three of them just graduated and they had
Oh.
excellent results
Mm-hmm.
because, like we've been talking about, it's from the inside to the outside. So I plan with
Yes.
them, I go through the whole process with them, telling them their career, what kind of goals do they want to achieve. This is how you need to study. It's not just about just saying, oh, I want to be an accountant, I want to be the biggest musician ever. But what are the set goals? This is how you need
Yeah.
to achieve it. This is how you need to remain focused. You don't need to get distracted. This is it. And being a young lady in this part of the world, at times there could be pressures, there could
Mm-hmm.
be some form of distractions, but you need to remain focused to achieve your dreams. So that's what I try
Wow.
to encourage the young girls, the teenage girls around
Mm-hmm.
me, and also the young boys to remain focused so they don't get distracted, they don't get into trouble, so that
Mm-hmm.
they can achieve their dreams and you know make the society better and also make things better for themselves, for their families too, and people around them.
Oh, that is wonderful. I was listening to you as you were talking then, and I like the visual. Um, I guess you say you have sessions where you talk to them, and so during those sessions, because I
Yeah,
slaughtered
yeah,
that
the
word,
vision.
is that the time when they kind of do their vision boards, or they write down their plan, or how they intend to do it? Is that what you do during that time, or what goes on there?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like almost being in a classroom and they have a
Mm-hmm.
pen and a paper. Ask them, okay, what subjects are you taking and what scores would you like to have? And then they write it down. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like a visualization process of, just being calm and quiet and just closing their eyes and seeing them writing the result, writing their exams or their tests and doing very well in it, having excellent grades. And they came back with great, amazing feedbacks. Most of them were number one in class. Most of
Wow.
them, you know, A plus and things like that. So it really, really works. Yeah.
Wow, that is really, I really like that. I'm a person that 100% believes that, and I always have, if you write it down, you're more
Mm-hmm.
apt to follow through. A lot of people don't agree with that, but
Yeah.
you are. If you write it down, you're more apt because you can go back and refer to that, and you're teaching them skills that will help them for a lifetime, not just things for the moment. It's easy to help someone for the moment, to give them a little
Yeah.
money to do that, but in order to make a change in their lives, you have to talk with them and help them to step outside of their comfort zone, because a lot of it is getting outside of that box and being able um, to move ahead without fear. That's another thing that I'm finding with women empowerment. Is I've spoken to different women this week and last week, and they were talking with me. A lot of it is fear. Self-doubt and fear is something else that can just really hold you back. And I have just been trying to have a no fear kind of approach. I told you I'm a newlywed, and I'm thankful that I have a husband, Pastor Troy, that is encouraging. Okay, all women don't have that. That's
Yeah.
encouraging. They don't have a positive home environment like I do. It's very loving. It's very
Yes.
calm. You really promotes me doing the things that I've been called to do, and those kind of things. They're not possible for everyone. And I want the ladies to know, those that may not have that situation, that you still can be just as successful. It all starts with you. All you have to do is believe and know that, okay, I look around and I see this, but I can better it this way. I can do this, for myself. I can begin here. Is that one step? If you start with that one step, the next day it'll become two, then it'll become three, four. Before you know it, you're not just walking, you're kind of running, kind of jogging, and the next thing you know after that, you're running with it. And so I'm so excited, I'm so elated, so thankful to be able to connect with you around the world, somewhere else. And you're saying the same things that I'm saying, that other women are saying about women empowerment. Another thing that when you talk about women empowerment is equality. That always comes up, things being equal, the playing field being where it's equal for us. And in a lot of countries, other countries, even here in America, everything is not equal. We all have our roles that we play.
Yeah.
Me, myself, a lot of people wouldn't believe it, but I can be, I'm more of a traditional type of wife at home. I like those kind of things, but I do those things out of love for my family. And so that's my style. But when I'm in the business world, you better believe I'm focused, I'm on it. I'm doing the things that I need to do. But in my home, I don't have a problem, with my husband being the man and head of the household, and I'm here as the wife. I'm happy to be able not to have to feel like I'm, in that spot of, oh my goodness, I got to
Yeah.
make it happen 24 hours a day. But I do think it's important that people don't forget, just because you serve in those roles, it does not downplay who you are as a woman. It does not downplay how
Mm-hmm.
important it is for women around the world.
Yeah.
If I'm a doctor, I want to get paid what every other doctor makes. If I'm a lawyer, I want to be treated the same way. If I'm a nurse, if I'm a teacher, I think it should be even all around the board. What are your thoughts with that? Okay. We have a
Yeah,
brief
yeah.
delay.
When it
Mm-hmm.
comes to women empowerment, at times I know that there could be a bit extreme. At times, most people take it to the extreme, but we should always strike balance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
Is it better now?
it's a little bit
Is
better.
it better now?
Yes, a
Yeah.
little bit
So
better. Mm-hmm.
there should always be a balance. And what happens in your home with your husband, it's okay. 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 So I'm saying that there should be a bit of a balance. So just as you're saying, Dr. T, that
Mm-hmm.
it's just wonderful being a wife, with your husband. You don't need
Mm-hmm.
to try to say equality, strive for equality with
Mm-hmm.
your husband. You just
Mm-hmm.
play your role. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to your profession, your career,
Mm-hmm.
yes, there should be equality. That
Mm-hmm.
that that's the mindset of most people. But at times there could be talk about feminism that takes it to the extreme. No, I'm not here talking about that. But when it comes to
Mhm.
your career, women are also intelligent, and for
Mhm.
any woman, you also need to be as active and also have the right qualifications. It's not just about saying, oh, because I'm a woman, then I should just get equal pay. You also need to find out what the other person is doing and make sure your qualification or your value is also as high as the other person that you are trying to say, oh, you need equality. Yes, there are things the government need to do to make the platform easier for women. Things like maternity leave, paid
Mhm.
maternity leaves, things like that to make sure they don't lose their jobs or lose their positions when it's time to have baby, when it's time to breastfeed the baby, and how comfortable it
Mhm.
will be for them to have their babies around them if they don't have a babysitter or a nanny around them. These are also some little things to also help women or empower women. But apart from that, women, we also need to look inside. We also need to increase our value. We need to be high valued. And that being high valued starts from the mind. It's not just
You're
about
so
saying,
right.
oh, because I'm a woman, then just give it up to me. No, you
Yes.
need to improve. If you need to take a second course, if you need to take a master, if you need to go to business school,
Mhm.
if you need to be trained by a mentor, just go ahead and do it and increase your value, increase your experience, and then you can ask for a pay raise or any other thing.
You're correct with that. One of the things that I've
Yeah.
learned over the years of my career and things that I'm doing now is that you mentioned some things about sometimes you have to have help to make the dream help happen, meaning that you may need more education, you may need more training.
Yeah.
A mentor is
Yeah.
always great because that helps to that person excuse me, should be a person that tells you the truth about where you are, not a person that's on your hype team, but a person that's on the truthful
Yeah.
team that will tell you what you need to do to get to where it is that you're trying to go, what other skills are required. A lot of times we encounter people that are just, they'll get on and they're part of the fanfare, but in order to
Yeah.
be empowered, in order to move forth and grow, a lot of it needs to be truth right in your face. And you
Yeah.
have to learn that all criticism or critical things that people say to you, they're not to criticize or to
Yeah.
hurt you. A lot of it is constructive criticism. And we have
Yeah.
to learn to be able to hear that as women. That's so that we can get to where we can request that raise or we can request that promotion or we can
Yeah.
go into that field and be just as successful as our counterparts. I agree with you wholehearted.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. One
Sorry.
of the
Yeah.
things is that I think our narrative has to change in reference to how we um, look at women that may not be in circumstances like in America. We have a lot of freedoms and we can do a lot of different things that some women may be in India, they're in Africa, in other places that are out may not be able to do that. And our narrative is those that are able to make it happen. We should be the voice that's saying, hey, let's empower them. These types of programs are needed. These are the type of things that need to be done so that we can help these women to be empowered, to be capable, for them to be able to bring in resources and income that will change the lives of their families.
Yes, it all just came to me, Dr. T. I think we need
Mm-hmm.
to start something like this because
Mm-hmm.
not every woman has a conducive family, a
Mm-hmm.
positive environment about them. But I think we could start something whereby we could be the positive community for such women
Yes.
that around them is so negative that they can't think straight. They're almost
Mm-hmm.
getting into depression and they're about throwing their dreams away. I think we could
Yes.
start a global community for women
Yes.
to help them to achieve their dreams from the inside out. I know with that, more people will join us, and then we can
Mm-hmm.
really have a global impact. Because a lot of women, they could put on makeup maybe on
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, they're going for parties,
Mhm.
and they are hiding, they are crying, they're in
Mhm.
tears in the but outside they have all makeup, lovely hair.
Yes.
But still they open up to you, you would cry and cry and cry.
Mhm.
We need
Yeah.
to be we need to be that positive environment for them. We need to be that positive force for them to tell them that yeah, you might be in an environment, maybe their partner or their husband talks
Mhm.
down on them, tells them that they can never achieve their dreams, or they
Mhm.
feel they are full because they have like 5 kids.
Mhm.
We could just really help them. The thought just came to me, but I know after this show we could still talk more
Yes,
on how.
I think that we need to. I think we need to, and I think we need to bring in some other women as well that would be able to help us with that, to
Yeah.
help move it forward. I think it's a very great idea. I would love to be a part of it. Women empowerment is something that's near and dear to me because I did go through a time that I felt like I wasn't capable. It didn't matter where I was living and how beautiful it looked and the different things I was doing within myself. I didn't feel, whole or complete, or like I could do it. I was doing it, but I was smiling, like you said, on the outside, and sometimes crying on the inside. And we all, as human beings, not just women, we go through different things. But I agree with you. I think it's so important that we create this platform. I know with the United Nations, this is an important project for them in dealing with women empowerment, things that deal with the self-esteem, ways that can bring in resources and revenue for women in third world countries. And so, yes, I think it's a very good thing. You and I will be talking about it. I also want to continue our sessions where we
Okay.
tune in and we talk about women empowerment. Let's come up with
Okay.
some different titles that we can talk about in reference to that. And so at least once a month, guys, we'll be on doing women empowerment things. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your girlfriend, everyone. My mother was really big, God rest her soul, about women empowerment, empowering women, sharing women of the Bible with other women, making sure that women knew that they were great. You're great. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. There's no one else like you. It takes you being who you are to make things happen. And so I'm so excited that we're going to continue with this women empowerment. Are there any last closing words you'd like to say before we end on today?
Yeah, yeah. It's all about like a summarization of everything we have been saying so far. Um, Women, you just need to empower yourselves from the inside out,
Mhm.
and create a positive environment within you. From what you listen to, for what you say to yourself, you need to let go of the self doubts, self
Mhm.
criticism, and love yourself. Then you'll be able to love others. And please follow us this program, because we are going to be bringing something empowering to you. We're going to create a platform for
Mhm.
you out there in case you don't have a positive environment, but you need people to constantly talk to and discuss things with. We'll be there for you to help you
Mhm.
through to achieving your dreams. And then I think I could also talk about the fitness. Can I take a
Yes.
fitness
Yes, go
now?
ahead and
Okay.
talk about the challenge. The challenge. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, with our Alfredo Zapata coach, we have started already. That
Hmm.
we started Thursday, November 18th, and
Okay.
join in. You could go to my Instagram page at I am Ifyuba and check on the link. The link is on my bio to join in
Okay.
on the Facebook group. It's a 6 week fitness challenge, and it's already fun and exciting, and more people are joining the group. So just go there and find out more. It's helping you to achieve your fitness goals in 2021.
And if any of that information you need to know it, please send me an email to Tonya Gipson Enterprises at gmail.com. That's Tonya Gipson Enterprises at gmail.com. And I will forward you all of Iffy's information. I will forward the information about the challenge. I'll make sure when we get off today, if you can send all that to me, I want to post it. I want to make sure that everyone is able to participate in it, because fitness is a part of empowerment. When you feel better inside, when you're confident about how you look, then all it does is it helps you to grow and to be where you'll take more chances, where you'll just shine through and be that light that you are. I think that's the best way to say it. So in closing on today, I invite you to share this with everyone. We're going to have it on tonight at 7 p.m. on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, as well as on our LV Network YouTube channel. If you don't have access to any type of a television, because we have women from all around the world that's listening in, you can go to www.livingvictorious.network. That's www, three W's, livingvictorious.network. And you can see this on tonight at 7 p.m. I'm just so grateful and so thankful to you, Iffy. We'll be getting together to come up with that platform of how we can do some things we can do to make a change. I would like to maybe develop something where women can actually join up, so that you and I both can weekly be sending things out to them, typing things, some type of a group. I know there's different platforms, so I'll be looking into that, and you're free to do that as well. And I'll see if we can't go ahead and get something started. But I'm so excited. But once a month, you better come on now. We are going to be on here sharing women empowerment with you, helping women around the world. So until next time, we thank you and look forward to sitting and talking with you again. Goodbye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.